Alrighty, I've removed the intake boots. That'll lean out the carburation quite a bit, so we'll see how it acts there at 5,000, if that's leaned it out enough. And that'll make my decision which way I'm going to go on that needle. Seems to have cleaned it out. Well, that seems to have really cleaned out the acceleration at light throttle there. So I've got some pods ordered for this bike. That right there is going to lean out the carburation a bit by letting it flow better like this. So with the pods, I'm going to have to richen up the mains. And what I was testing was to see if I was going to still have to drop the needles. The way it's running right now, I'll probably leave the needle right there with the pods and just richen up the mains. So I'll probably leave the needle in the number 2 setting. You know, it seems to have cleaned most of it up, maybe just a hair, but we shall see. Okay, good. We got another red light here. We could see how it goes again. Yeah, that cleared a lot of it up. A little bit. I think I could go either way. But there's 35. And the roll on is nice and smooth. So I think I will be leaving the needles where they are and just increasing the main jets with the pods. So I better order some main jets to go with it. I'm running 95s right now, and they say to go up about 10 for starters. So maybe I'll get a selection from 112s down, start off rich, and slowly lean it out to where it's nice and safe and running good. Okay, after this last ride, you can see I've yanked the fuel tank off and the carburetor's off. So what I've decided to do is to number one, lower the needles one more spot to the number one position. Riding without the air box, you know, the air intake system off, the you know, that really leaned it out, but there's still that little bit of richness up top there that I'm feeling, just a little bit. But you figure you put the pods on, that's a little bit restriction compared to running it without any air cleaners or intake system on there. So I will lean out the needles one more step. Now you can do that without taking off the carbs, but the reason I've got the carbs off is everything I've read, switching from the stock air intake system to pods is stepping up minimum of 10 sizes on the main jets. Well, when I got the bike, the original main jet size on this was 92.5, and I did step them up to 95s, and that was running really good with the chambers for the main jets. So with the pods, I've got 105s on order, so should be a safe spot to start off with. So I'm going to show you what we got going here. So this is the stock airbox system, air canister. The snorkel is already removed from the top of this. I had the bike, I don't have the snorkel. The rest of the box is on the bike. But if you look, there's not even space to get your pinky in around the air cleaner. That's very, very restrictive. The boots is not so bad. You know, there's actually advantages to running this. If you look at Clems, they're running this, and they modify, they've got a big 4-inch K&N that goes on this. They made some fittings for it and bolted up on the bike just open, so that's actually not a bad way to go. Probably give smoother airflow than the pods, but for now we're just going to do the pods, get rid of that restrictive system. And you can see that canister sat in here, and that opens all this up. I've got the unique pods on order, and they are the angled ones to tuck, so I could tuck them in behind the side covers. So all three are angled, so the two side ones will tuck in, and the middle one should come upwards. And carburetor's off, ready to roll. So that's where I'm going, and we'll make an update once we get this back together.